Hey guys, it's Duchess Braids here, and I'm back with another install. Today we're going to be doing this really sleek ponytail with some braids to add some character to it. So I'm going to be very detailed in this video. The video is sped up. However, you guys will have enough in the video to see exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So please stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping some gems as I go through this entire tutorial. So to start off, her hair is freshly washed, it's blown out, and it's straightened. So I'm starting with straight hair. Um, she is natural, so her natural hair is curly, and then we blew it out and straightened it. All right, so to get the braids that you guys saw in the beginning, I'm going to be parting her hair out at the top in the direction that you guys see. I mean, if you have a client similar and you're doing the same style, is just your judgment on where you want to start your part. But I'm parting right now just to kind of see where I'm going to put the braids. And as I'm going around, I'm also knowing exactly where the ponytail is going to be. So obviously where that part is back there in the back, in the center of that is where my ponytail is going to be. I'm parting to the other side now to meet the center, and you have to kind of keep going back and forth to ensure that you have equal parts. This really does have to be symmetrical so that it looks good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going in and I'm cleaning up the parts to make sure they are straight. You guys know how I do. And then we're going to go in to the next phase of the style. All right, so once I had the part, I went ahead and clipped that top part out the way. And what I'm doing is just pushing her baby hair or whatever I want out, pushing that forward. And I'm using a wax stick by Carrot Care to kind of slick it back some. And now I'm just brushing it back, but then I'm going to go in with some beeswax. And I'm using a tool. This is my daughter. It's just a little stick that I found on one of my daughter's toys, but it seemed to just work perfectly for what I'm trying to do. I don't want to touch the wax with my fingers because I have nails on. So using a tool really helps. So once I've parted some back and put some wax on the hair, as you guys can see, I'm using a brush. This is a two-part brush. I just got it from the hair store. If I can link anything in this video, I will link every single thing that I'm showing you guys, so you guys don't have to do the hard work in trying to figure out what I have and what I'm using. So it will either be in the description or in the comments or in the new shopping button. So I'm going and I'm using a really hard brush, you guys. So this is not like a soft brush. This is like the hard brush. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you have textured hair, if if your hair is textured and you must have came across this type of brush at least once in your life before, it's the super hard brush from the hair store. So once I did that and brushed it to my desire, I went ahead and used the put the Got to Be glue free spray on, and then I blow dried it to get it hardened. So I didn't want to completely brush it all the way back yet. I kind of want to form it section by section. So that is what the wax is doing, is allowing me to form or mold her hair section by section so that I can get it into a really nice and sleek ponytail with no issues. So if I would have dived in with the Got to Be glue spray first, which is normally what I did before, I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to really mold the hair down and get it real slick. And you have to make sure when you're using these two products together that when you do put that wax down, that the wax is completely spread on the hair, because if there is white clumps left out and then you spray the Got to Be glue spray on it, is going to turn white for sure. So make sure you spread the wax out, you comb it in, you brush it in, you use your hands and kind of swipe it in and make sure that it's molded before you go in with the Got to Be glue spray. So I'm just molding everything back into a ponytail right now. So that's what you see me doing, is kind of using the wax and the brush, the comb, everything humanly possible to get the hair to be sleek and to mold it into a ponytail. So I'm trying to get the ponytail to be as close to that top part as possible, because everything at the top is going to come back to meet into that ponytail. So before I spray the Got2b glue, I'm going to go ahead and put like a faux ponytail. This is not going to be the one that I'm actually going to be using. This is just kind of to get the hair together. So I'm going to put some rubber bands on that and make it into a ponytail. Then I'm going to spray the Got2b glued spray to mold it. And then I'm going to end up pulling the rubber bands out and just kind of tightening and straightening up that ponytail. So once I've done that, as you can see, I'm not getting too close with the Got2b glue spray to the ponytail itself. I'm just kind of spraying on the outside and pushing it into the hair and kind of staying a little bit away from the rubber bands, because I know I'm going to be taking it out and I don't want that part to be super hard. So I went ahead and took it out. I fixed the hair going towards the bun, and now we have a nice and straight, sleek bun, and that is permanent, so that is going to stay. So now I'm basically parting out the part that I'm going to be braiding, and I'm starting from the front. I have about, I would say, an inch of, an inch to braid from the sleek ponytail to the other side. Um, and then I part it from front to the back where the ponytail is, if you guys get what I'm saying. So I'm just making sure that they are equal on both sides. Um, and they, have the same size. You guys get what I'm trying to say? Like, both sides has to be equal and have the same amount of hair, stuff like that. I'm going from the front to meet up to the back where the ponytail is. So I'm going to just clip those out the way because I'm not ready to braid those yet. And then I'm going to dive into sleeking this top part back. So again, I'm going to use the beeswax and apply that to the hair. And just so you guys know, when you're removing this type of style, or if you decide to do this type of style, make sure to warn your clients that beeswax is not the easiest thing to remove from your hair. You have to do multiple shampoos, or you might have to do some type of detox to get this type of product out the first time. So make sure you tell your client that before you apply something like this to their hair, that they will have to do multiple shampoos. It's not impossible to get out, and it's not something that is damaging to your hair or anything. It's just because of the stickiness and how much you put in, it does take some time to get it out. So they might have to use some type of detoxifying shampoo or just do multiple shampoos to get it out. So now I'm at the front, and I'm just going to do the same thing, apply some beeswax, slick it back with the comb. The comb is kind of just getting through to the roots and making sure everything is straight. And then when I go in with the brush, the brush is just making sure that it is sleek and all the strands are going in the same direction and there is no broken spaces in between, and everything is just looking nice and pretty like you guys like to see it. And once I've slicked everything through and there is no white wax sticking out, everything looks shiny and sleek, then I go in with the Got2b glue spray again, and I kind of just spray it on top and kind of push it in with my fingers so that it gets the strands that's under the top, like kind of push through to the scalp kind of. And then I go back in with my blow dryer. The blow dryer is going back and forth between warm and cold. Just depends on, if I feel like it's too hot to my hand, and it will be hot to her scalp, I will turn it to cool. So now I'm going in and I'm going to braid the hair, and what I'm using is I cut some hair from the ponytail that I'm going to be using, the wefted hair. I cut some hair off of that. I should have showed you guys that, but that is what I'm using to braid in, because I really don't like when we're doing a style like this and we're using braiding hair, because braiding hair has its unique texture, and I don't like to see that difference in texture on these type of styles, especially when you're using more straight hair. So what I did was cut the hair off the weft of the hair that I'm going to be using for the ponytail. And this hair is super cheap, you guys. I paid $13 and I got 2 packs of the hair. So I will also, if I cannot link it, I will also mention the type of hair that I'm using for this style. I do not recommend using the hair if you're not going to braid it up like I did at the back, only because like this hair is not a hair, it's not human hair, so you can't curl it, and it's not a hair that is going to look good after a first night's sleep. So I just wouldn't recommend using this for a long-term style, only if you're going to braid it. If you're going to braid the ponytail, dive into it, use it. It's cheap. It's really good for that. But if you're going to try to leave it out, I don't recommend it. I recommend using more human hair than a cheaper hair. So I went ahead and I stitch braid the hair halfway back, and then I plaited it out. Meanwhile, adding hair as I'm going. Um, and I went over to the other side and then started braiding back. So it just came to mind to go ahead and make it like, give it a butterfly effect or a fluffy effect to this style, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So I went ahead and braided as normal. I clipped it off with some rubber band, like I tied it off with some rubber band, then I'm going in and I'm pulling on the sides of the braids, you guys. So I'm just pinching on the sides and tugging them outwards. This is going to fluff it out, and this could either go good or it could be really bad. But I'm making sure I take my time to not pull her hair out of the braid, and I'm really trying to tug on the braiding hair more so that we don't have a lot of mess, and it gets too messy and ruins the style. So now I'm going back in on the other side and I'm going to braid that, and again I am adding the hair from the ponytail that you guys will see soon, and that's what I'm using to add to this, to make it fuller, to make it thicker, just so that I can do that fluffy style, and also to give it some length so that I can braid across and pull it across like this. All right, so now I'm on the other side and I'm going to go ahead and braid that back. And then I'm going to do the same and fluff it out once I'm done braiding it out. All right, I went ahead and tied it off with another rubber band. And then I'm going to go in and pull on the sides to fluff it out, to make it messy. We want it to be messy. We just don't want it to look overly messy and just coming out too much. You still kind of want it to be put together. So once I'm done fluffing it out, I'm going to go ahead and tie those two ends into the ponytail again with some rubber bands. And then I'm going to go ahead and take out the other rubber bands from those two plaits. I'm going to pull those out, pull the plaits out, and then I'm going to do something very unique. I wish I knew this method earlier because I just did a sleek ponytail and she wanted it to be super full, but I was just stuck in my ways and didn't think of any creative ideas to make it thicker. So we were not able to get 3 bundles in. We were only able to get like 1.5 bundles in. But if you're trying to do something where you want a really full ponytail, but their ends are short, you go ahead and split that ponytail in half and braid it twice, and then I'm going to show you guys what I do with it after I've done this. So once I've done that, I tied off with a rubber band. So now I have 2 plaits just like that. I'm cutting the hair. I'm cutting is not her hair, it's the braiding hair. Then I'm going to wrap it with the wrapping paper, hair wrap, whatever. So I'm wrapping each ponytail separately. So first I go around the whole thing, and then I pick one of the braids out, I wrap that, and then I do the same. I go around the whole thing once or twice, and then I go on to the second braid and I make sure I wrap that. You're making sure that every strand of her natural hair is wrapped because you are going to be putting glue to this and you do not want it to any type of glue to touch her natural hair. So now I'm going in with the glue, and I do have 2 bundles, like I said, of this hair. Um, and I'm going to just wrap it around. So a easy method, I used to put the glue on the weft itself, and then I must have seen a video or something of them just putting it on the ponytail itself and then just wrapping it around. This save you a good 15-20 minutes um of speed, with just applying the glue to the weft itself. You don't even have to go fully under it, just even on top, and then you just wrap, wrap, wrap. And that's what I do until I get to the end. So once I'm done wrapping this, you guys will see that, I stop right here, and that is one ponytail done. And then I'm going to do the other one. So as you can see, I did not go all the way to the top towards, her the starting of her ponytail. I kind of stopped it right at the edge of that first plait. So then I start doing the same on the other side. I glue, 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 wrap, wrap, wrap. And then once I get to the end of this and I have some more hair left behind, you do have to time it to make sure you have enough hair. You guys do not want to run out of hair. So make sure you have enough hair for this style before you start doing 2 ponytails and you run out of hair. So once I get to the end of this second braid, then I'm going to put some glue on the whole thing, which is right here, and then I'm going to continue to wrap around just like that, and then I'm going to wrap around till it is finished. Once I get to the end, that's when I add the glue to the weft itself and just keep wrapping and wrapping. And then I like to do a little string at the end. I like to take a few strands of the hair at the end and just keep wrapping that around like that. It just feels more secure to me. I don't know if you have to do that, but it just feels more secure. So this is how full the hair is, you guys. And this is if you really wanted a full ponytail. This is a nice way to do it. The hair is masked by those 2 plaits. It's not really going to separate or look weird. But here I am now, just wrapping the hair. And I took some hair from the back on the bottom and then started wrapping it around, and then I sprayed a Got2b glue spray as I'm wrapping, and now I put some glue on it to tie it off, and that is how I wrapped it. But now I'm going into the plaiting of it. I forgot what type of plait this is called. I'm sure someone will mention it in the comments. I don't want to call it the wrong thing, but this is how I'm able to separate. I grab both the ponytails. I just split it in half and grab both ends of the ponytails, and now I'm able to do this type of plaiting, and I'm just pulling from the back. I'm making sure that I pull the same amount of hair at each turn, and I cross it over to the other side. I tighten as I go, and I just keep repeating this same flow until I get to the end. So here I am at the end. Again, I still have both sides in each hand, and I'm just taking hair from one side at the back, bringing it around, and then I'm going to tie it off with a rubber band. So once that is done, I go ahead and I kind of fluff it out a little bit, not too much, but just to where it looks nice and fluffy. Then I'm going to clean it up and just cut off all the flyaways that's in the braid. And then I'm going to do her edges, do her baby hairs, sleek them down a little bit. And then that would be the complete style. And this is the finished product, you guys. I hope you guys were able to learn something from this video. I feel like it was pretty detailed, but again, let me know what you think in the comments. This is the finished look. Nice and sleek, and I do want to be doing more styles like this. I'm really loving these sleek ponytail styles, so let me know what you guys think. I will tag everything that I used in any platform that you're on. It will be tagged somewhere, comments, details on the video, in the shopping button, wherever it will be tagged. Anything that I can tag will be tagged. All right, so this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think, and if you're interested in seeing more videos like these, because I'm getting back into the groove of things. I want to be consistent. I want to give you guys what you came here for. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.